Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you my first gameplay. I'm rolling with the Philadelphia Eagles as my offense. I'm going to be focusing strictly on offense. I'm going to be breaking down two different schemes that I've actually posted on my Patreon right now, just for anybody that registers and just pays the bare minimum of $1 a month. It's basically the wing slot weak and the wing slot offset. I'll be jumping into some other formations in this playbook, but I just wanted to get something out to you. First game, running against someone that wasn't, obviously a really good player, but I think we're all, there's a big learning curve with everybody's skill set right now because the game is brand new. I do want to do a shout out. I'm going to try to do this season more often. Got a goal. I want to basically go ahead and get another 700 subscribers. So I'm going to shout out to recent subscribers, Black Sheep, Kid Clue, J. Super Producer, and our Kurt Jenkins. Thank you for subscribing, and for every week I'm going to go ahead and do a shout out to all the new subscribers that have joined Prometheus Club right here. So once again, thank you for your support, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into this gameplay. And basically, once again, we're going to be focusing on the wing formations out of Philadelphia. They got a lot of good double sets and stuff like that. They got some pretty good formations. There's going to be a money play I'll show you that I use down in the red zone. But for the most part, this is basically a formation where that I'm using. It's got two wide receivers off to the left. I've got tight ends off to the right. And it's a heavy set, so you're really going to focus on running the ball. Now, my opponent is using a lot of cover one. Initially uses a lot of man coverages, so it doesn't really open me up too much to some of the things I want to do. So that's one of the reasons why I like to come out on a run play at the very beginning of the game, is I want to see if there's a tendency with my opponent's defense, if they go ahead and run a particular defense and leverage that defense the entire time. So right here, just switching into a different play, I think what I did is I did a concept because he's running a cover one concept. So basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a whip dig concept. You guys see this before, and really what I'm looking to is I'm going to try to hit this guy as my one, and this is my two, and I'm going to streak this guy up, I believe, and that's going to be my alert. I'm going to go ahead and just basically see if I can hit that lane, but I'm going to come back over here. I'm really focusing on this side of the field when I'm actually running this particular play. So I do a whip route. I got a big dig over the top of it, and basically I motion this guy out. The reason I motion him out, it's for another play that I'm going to use within this scheme. So it's a little bit part of the window dressing of this scheme, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make my read. So I'm going to be looking one right here, and then I've got this dig that's coming up and over, and that's going to be my two with this scheme. Look at the separation right there. I'm going to go ahead and rack that puppy and just take it up for a first down. So, that's just a simple play. I got 13 yards off of it, in that type of situation. That's great about this game. And he's still using this cover one hole, so I know he's using man coverages. So I'm just going to start coming out of my man beaters and just go ahead and just shred him that way. So now he actually switches up his defense a little bit. He's not using the same defense. He's got a couple guys down in the gaps. Guys lined up over here. I think the defense he was using, he was going to blitz down with this blitzer right here. So once again, I just want to see what type of a thing that he's running. So typically what I like to do is just use a running play. So I think I went into inside zone, which is the opposite. This is the wings slot, the shotgun wing slot. And I'm just going to go ahead and try to run this up the middle. Flip it back. He gets a nice little block shed, but you can see right here he goes into a zero blitz. So this guy's a man user, probably used a lot of man last year, and that means I just have to beat this guy with man plays. So that's what I have to look for. So back at it again. Got a second and 7, and I try to go to outside, a little run right there. Right up the middle, he gets a nice little block shed. The base didn't work out too well for me. I just didn't read the holes correctly. So 3rd and 6 situation. I'm going to go back to, I believe, the same play as I did previously. And we're going to go into this play right here. So once again, he's playing all man coverages. So I'm going to look to this guy right here as my 1, and my 2's over the top. with that, and I should streak this guy up, and that will be my alerts. You know, if it's zone, I'm going to see if I can hit the seam against this guy. So set this up, got my alert set up, motion out the guy for window dressing. This is just for another play that I'm going to throw into this scheme. Motion him out, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look. Now, see how this guy is out here? He's off on the side right here. That means this is no-go. I'm not going to throw this because this guy's to the outside. So I'm going to be looking over the top. This is going to be my next area that I'm going to look to with the dig. And I just think I have a bad pass right there. I got rid of the ball a little bit too early. I got a little anxious in this type of situation and just threw a bad pass. So the pass was basically just a bad pass. Get myself into a 4th and 6 situation. So I jump into a play that I haven't used before, and essentially it is, I've got this crosser over the top, I've got a deep post route over the middle, and then this is just a check and release over the top, and then what I do is I audible this guy into a whip, and then I've got this play action over the top. So here's the play art we're looking at. I've got to save you over the top, so usually this is going to be my alerts. If there's no safety, if there's a middle safety, I might take a peek at hitting this guy over the top. But for the most part, what I'm really looking to is I've got basically a 1 and I've got a 2. Now, I want to show you something. This is an open field right here. I've got 2 safeties. If these safeties float back, I should be looking for this tight end. I don't think I read this correctly. I force it up into a route, but I should be reading it correctly. So I want to show you that this is open. There's no single safety. I should be looking for this route right here. This is where I should be going with this, unless the safeties roll. So let's go ahead and take a look at the snap. If I misread this. Okay, so right here. These guys are floating back. They're floating back. I should be looking right here in the middle of the field with this ball. But really what I was looking to is looking to this route over here. He's actually in cover 2. And then what I did is, because I saw this basically no-go, I started looking to my next progression right here. Now, technically I could have looked to this as my 3, but when you see an open field like that, you can look to this as your primary, as your 1. So right here I threw the ball. He pulled down. That could have got picked off, so I actually got away with 1. But you can see I've got leverage right here. This is the area that I got to go with it, and I have to make that progression a little bit better. So as a result, I'm able to go and get a nice little completion, broken tackle, able to get the ball down to the 14-yard line. So that was cover 2, if you saw the play art just previously. So I'm down here again, and I just want to go ahead and just try to go ahead and effectively run the ball against my opponent. He's got press coverage, but I like this alignment. I know this guy's going to come out and block this guy. This guy's inside the box. This guy's going to go and take this. So I think I can get to the outside with my running back. So you can see the blocking's here. I've got the double team. I think this guy's going to peel up and take that guy away. The safety's falling back. So I might be able to get the corner right here, but what happens is this guy disengages off, and then what he does is he clicks on right there. So that was a good user by him by clicking on, and I only pick up a couple yards on that just with a slightly broken tackle, but that's all right. But you want to show that to your opponent, so basically they're conscious of it. So back at it again right here. Basically jump into, I just think, an inside zone. This is a bad read with my running. Okay, so what he does is he takes his defensive line and he pushes his guys in. So he's got these guys lined up like this. I take the ball this way, but you're going to watch what's going to happen. This guy's going to down block. He's going to down block, and he's going to go ahead and pick up this running back, or this guy out right here. And what you should do in this type of situation, because the way this blocking is, you want to cut this thing back. Bad read. I've got the leverage opportunities. This is inside zone, so these guys they know how to play their blocks correctly. Watch how this develops and why I misread this run. So these guys double team right here. He's single team. I've got these guys all boxed up right here. He's going to shoot the gap right here, and I've got this guy going to shoot this outside gap. So I really don't have anywhere to go to the ball unless I want to go ahead and take it back. That's the best way to go, because this guy's going to come up and block him. And I probably could have kicked it outside, but I misread that run. So this is one of those things you just have to pay attention to, defensive line and where your leverage is at. Now, I'm able to go ahead and pick up, a yard, but, I got myself into a 4th and 1 situation. And that's not a smart thing to do. So I would have got a touchdown if I would have took it back against his run. So this guy's playing man coverage basically throughout it. Now here's a little play that's actually really good down in the red zone. Is this play right here, flanker spot. I like to run it stock, and I'm basically going to be hitting this route right here. This little underneath route. Pretty much you can't stop it unless you deliberately user it away or you have a zone drop. And down here in the red zone, especially in the first series, people are not going to be prepared for it. I'm just going to go and throw the red route. He gets a free release. You can see he just gets underneath the coverage if there's a man coverage right there. And I just throw the ball and just walk right in. I'm going to come back to that play again. You can't spam it too much, but it is a good play to go ahead and use down in the red zone. Very good money. All right, so second half here. I'm down by 14, and basically what I want to do is I want to try to work his scheme. Once again, this guy's running strictly man coverages. What I do is I jump into this play. Now, why I take this route and swing this guy out is it's just going to force the defense to defend that. And if these guys do zone drops, basically what's going to happen is this should be wide open. Now, my first read is going to be the drag. I'm going to look to that. And then I'm going to go ahead and look to the dig as my 2, and this is going to be my 3 for any kind of people if they fall back in the zone drop. So it's just going to go ahead and take a look at this. You can see how these guys kind of drop back. I could have hit this route right here, but I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to wait for this to go over. But you can see how there's nobody in this area with the running back, and I just missed my read. Actually, no. This defender pulled down. Actually, he's got stuck on this guy right here. I don't know what happened with him, but as a result, this lane, this back area was wide open. And I'm able to go to get a big completion against this guy to get a huge play right there. There could have been a touchdown. It's just cover 3. I'm seeing a lot of situations where cover 3 is broken, especially in match. That's what I've seen initially. I've been a victim of it in this game, so you just want to pay attention to that when you're playing the game. So back at it again. I'm going to go and switch up into this play. Okay, so this is a play that I wanted to use earlier. What I do is take the running back to give a wheel, and then I'm going to do is take this guy and I'm going to just drag him underneath. Before I snap the ball, I'm going to push this guy out. And this is going to be my quick hit alert. I'm going to basically watch this defender. As the defender floats back, I'm going to basically hit this area right here. So I'm going to motion this guy out. And then you can see there's nobody out there. So I'm just going to go ahead and catch it, rack it. Easy yards right there. So just very, very easy yards with this play in this type of situation. He was in cover 3 hard flats. His defender didn't even get out there in time to go and stop that. So back at it again. Using the same play before, I've got a nice little whip route. I'm seeing press coverage and reading man coverage. My anticipation is I'm going to hit this. If that's not taken away, I'm going to look to 2 over here, and then 3. And then 4 is going to be underneath. That's going to be my progressions, my read. So I'm going to go this side, to this side, to this side, and then to this side. That's kind of how my progressions are going to go. He pinches up his line, but I'm able to hit the whip and rack that right into the end zone for a touchdown because this guy just strictly running man coverage the entire game. So down basically 21-14. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this play. Basically what I'm going to do once again, let's see here. Okay, so yeah, this is the play I did previously. Once again, I'm going to push this guy out, and he's my alert. He's my hot. I'm going to drag this guy up, and then I've got a wheel underneath it. So I'm going to push this guy out. This guy comes biting down, so he's a no-go. I can't hit him, and that means this wheel over here is going to get bit down. He's a no-go. So I really only have one progression, and it's going to be this drag over the middle of the field. That's the only thing I don't like about this way I have this play to develop, is that drag can get shut down if the user plays it correctly. He doesn't. As a result, I'm able to go ahead and pick up, you know, a 9-yard gainer on it, but I could have got myself in some trouble with that. So at it again. I've got an open box right here. You know, there's really nobody over the center. So I think what I did is I just jumped into a quick inside zone. Then I'm just going to go and run right behind the center. The center actually pushes this guy off. He fills the gap nicely, but that's until after I get the first down. So I'm able to go and pick up the first down right there because the center actually goes off to the left. But when you see an opening like that, you just got to go ahead and take it. Now these guys are down in the box, so I'm expecting some type of a heavy blitz, and this is all man coverage. Let's see what I jump into. All right, so I jump into this pretty good play. It's not really a good play for this, but I'm going to be looking to the drag underneath. That's going to be my 1, and then I've got the deep dig. That's going to be my 2 against man coverage. It's probably not the best play against man coverage, but you can see the tight end is wide open. He's coming in on a manual blitz, and I just get rid of the ball. And then I rack that puppy for some more yards right there. He actually jumps against me. So worked out for me. Didn't work out too great for him right there. So able to go ahead and pick up a first down with a hot read against that aggressive blitz. So back at it again. I think he's going back into that robber defense. So what I do is I go and set this play up. I do this wing because this is going to be my hot or my alert play. If it's a blitz, I'm going to go ahead and look to that route right away. I've got this cross, which is going to be my number 2. And then I've got this post, which is going to be my 3. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Motion this guy out for the window dressing. Man coverage. This guy comes out, so I know that's going to be happening. This guy's coming down. He's going to take away the hot. So I've got basically a crosser, and I've got a crosser. Now these safeties that play the middle safeties, they're very disciplined, and they don't float. So I know that I've got any kind of a cross or deep post like this, I can do this. Now I get lucky right here. I get a contested pass. I got a person in my face, but I get a nice little pass and catch after the action. So able to pick up some pretty good yards with that. Pretty good play right there. So happy with the results I'm getting on that. So right here, once again, he's got an open box. I'm going to try to go ahead and just run it on the inside. And let's see here. I think maybe I changed it up, don't I? Okay, so once again, I went ahead and streaked. I've got the whip over here. So this is my alert. I'm going to go ahead and look at this as a hot read. And then I'm going to do 1 and then 2. So that's what I'm going to be looking to. So let's go and see. The alert, these guys are all jumbled up. I could hit this running back wheel, but I think that's man coverage. So this guy is manned up right here. This route is open, but I try to press it up over here. So this is a risky throw. I get away with it. But you can see his user's in the area. He clicks on the guy above, and I'm able to go ahead and get the completion with my star wide receiver. So I'm still able to beat him conceptually, but he's picking up on my tendencies on the plays I'm running against him. So that's one of the things why you want to have a diverse playbook when you're playing online. Back at it again. Try to hit the outside. I just can't turn the corner against this guy. If I had just a slightly faster running back, I probably would have picked that up. back at it again. Okay, so here's my money play. I'm looking at this guy right here. This is the route. He's inside 2 yards, so I just do a quick completion and get the ball into the end zone right there. User, you know, even with a man coverage, you'll be able to get it in. So, you'll be able to get another touchdown. Here's a defense I'm working on. It's got some kinks in it. I'm finding that cover 3 is not working too well. But this blitz in particular is an Okie roll. Cover 3 gets in clean, gets around the edge, and because you have all these zone drops dropping off, and if he's trying to take away, he's trying to hit seams and stuff like that, this will catch people off guard. But I've had some pretty good success with it. So once again, guys, thanks for support. If you want to see this entire scheme in more details, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll be showing you some more gameplays and stuff like that. But if you want to see how I break down my scheme and when I run plays and all that kind of stuff and what I'm looking at, go to my Patreon for $1. You can have access to my mini schemes, and I'll be doing full-fledged ebooks eventually, so you guys can take a look at documents and more in-depth information about how I do stuff. Once again, I do things that are outside of the meta, so if you guys are looking for more ways to diversify your playbook, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also go to my Patreon for $1. You can get access to my schemes. So thank you. Until next time.